Alrighty, what do we got going on in the shop today? Alrighty, I'm gonna ask you guys, what are we actually doing?
We're looking for leaks.
Looking for leaks. Todd, if you want to hold that microphone, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
But anyway, yeah, so, I mean, at this point, there's no evidence of a leak now.
Well, like I said, we got that from Speedway, so I don't know. It was already put together.
Yeah.
And stuff. So.
But I know I didn't want to hit that too hard because I didn't want to, screw up the preload or anything like that. So, and it's still plenty full of oil, so it hasn't lost a whole lot. But
okay, so we need to. I guess we need to figure out the shocks.
Yeah,
that part of it out. And then we'll have to redo the emergency brake cables because they're not long enough. Because I think they're originally supposed to go to there.
Yeah, they're supposed to go up here and then.
Did you show them the gasket?
Yeah.
The metal in there?
Yeah.
It's kind of a little funky.
I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at this. There's like 3 layers there.
What's that all about in there?
Well, one of them
triple gasket.
Yeah, because you got the outside and there's a metal piece in between, so it's almost like a head gasket type stuff.
Oh, so it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
I've never seen a one like that.
That's what came with this from Speedway, the whole system.
Because this is it's a different rear end. It's not an 8A.
Yeah, so this is all stuff we got from Speedway.
Yeah.
That's the stuff they sent with it. So.
Gotcha. It's probably meant for Pinto, huh? Or Universal.
It's Universal stuff. Yeah.
Yep,
Just hopefully I got the pinion set right. I went off of what
hopefully
I was told.
I bet it's super loose, dude.
Once I get it up in the air, the angle.
I'm just kidding. It's probably not too bad.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
And then you just got to figure out where the exhaust is going to go, because we got plenty of room on this side to go out, but there's not enough room unless it goes up above the fuel tank and then down.
And what we really need to figure out is that slave cylinder and the hydraulic blowout bearing too.
Yeah, so we may have to get another one.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out. But the one of those lines is touching the exhaust headers up there.
That's not good either.
So what year is this Pinto?
This is a 77, I do believe.
77. Tell us about it. What'd you do to it? What motor? Transmission?
Well, it's 302. It's got a T5 in it. We put subframe connectors in it.
Why?
Because we don't want this Pinto body to twist.
Was a unibody car, so therefore it didn't have a frame in the middle portion of the vehicle. Fox bodies and Pintos, usually people put subframe connectors on to stiffen the frame up.
Yeah. And a Mustang 2 and a Pinto are not the same. Nobody will let people tell you. They're not the same.
Do people think they're the same?
Oh, a lot of people when they
they have a lot of the same parts.
Well, just like these were made for Pinto or Mustang 2, and they didn't work like it was supposed to.
I mean, we made them work, but...
Yeah. Same thing with the headers.
Yeah,
they're
for Mustang.
We said for a Mustang 2 or Pinto, and we ended up cutting part of the floor pan up in here.
Damn.
Just to get it to where it needed to be.
Speedway calipers, though.
Yeah. So we need to figure out. We have to get a speedo gear for it.
Is that the
transmission? This is the thing, though. We don't need it because it has the digital cluster. So we're gonna put a plate right there and seal it up.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the same thing with this. We had to make that.
You made that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that crossmember piece looks real nice.
Yeah,
actually.
it does.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I was just talking to Jared about it before you guys came over, actually.
Yeah. So
that's like back when cars were made right. It's nice.
Yeah.
So I can honestly say I've never seen one like that.
Yeah, we had to. Well, he brought me one that said for Mustang 2 or Pinto, and I'm like, that's not going to work either. So we had to pretty much make our own.
Yeah. Great.
Stuff, so
looks like it'll work too.
Yeah. So we just need to figure that, get the exhaust, figure out where this side's going to go.
I really wish we would have ditched the leaf springs.
I can take that if need be.
Have 8.8 or something.
Blaise, I am curious. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, in the way that it's similar to a Fox body.
On this.
Yeah, I'll let you hold that.
I mean, I like Pintos. Preferably, I'd want a smaller Pinto, a little lighter. You know, you go a little faster. But a wagon.
One? Do they have a?
Yeah, they made a coupe Pinto that's kind of real smaller. It's kind of like a Chevy Vega.
Okay.
It's a real small car. Relatively like the same size as a Fox body almost, maybe even a little smaller. But they came with, I think, 4 cylinders in there, and lots of people 302 swapping like what's this, you know. And I would like to do that someday. I mean, I really like the wagon because you don't see it a whole lot.
Never.
It's really different.
Is that glass in the back? Is that usually on
Yeah,
there?
I think that was there, and that came on the wagons. Yeah, that circle window is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to get this out of here, though.
Right. It's about time.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep.
So if this was yours, what would you do to it?
Oh,
In that case.
I'd probably put a new rear end in it.
Why?
8A, right? Because I'd get rid of the leaf springs and put control arms back.
Better stability.
Yeah, exactly. I'd of course leave the subframe connectors. I'd probably.
You have to talk into the mic too.
Oh! Excuse me.
There you go.
I'd put an X pipe on it, you know, with a full exhaust with tailpipes. I would also make it EFI because it is a carbureted engine. Yep, I like fuel injection, so that would be a little better. And I mean, there's not really any space for a turbo up there, so I mean, if I could boost it, I would put a supercharger on it. But yeah,
Just a 302 with the supercharger?
yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, that's pretty much what my car is. Just my car's a little faster. Yep. But I think the tuxedo black looks real good on this car too. And I mean, the American racing wheels are alright. I would have switched it up a little bit, probably put like some drag weld wheels or something.
Dang.
Maybe even a newer kind of wheel.
How do you think it'll drive this as is?
I feel like it'll drive pretty good. I mean,
Really?
yeah.
Real fun.
I've had a 302 T5 set up in it. It worked amazing. And I mean, what parts that are on this engine, it's going to run really good, I feel like. Yep.
So I noticed the engine's got an intake with 2 breathers. Does that help?
Yeah, I mean, it probably breathes a little bit more. Yeah, you're talking about the air filters.
Yeah.
Yep, it does have a dual air filter set up right now.
Twist you around.
Yep, so that is pretty cool. It's kind of different. You don't see that a whole lot, you know. It's also got, I think, Edelbrock heads on the 302. Maybe, I don't know what size they are. 175 cc's maybe.
I'll show them underneath the...
I mean, it's got an aftermarket chrome pan to 2-row radiator, I'm pretty sure. I definitely want to put a new rack and pinion in this, though. Look at that. Look at this.
Is that from the original?
I'm pretty sure. It looks original by these bushings. Oh my god.
I wonder, I assume that's not the body paint color?
I mean, it might have been the old color, actually.
It's not a bad color.
It's not. It's dark blue. Ford blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you look on the underside of this thing, everything is like brand new. This is a blueprint block, I'm pretty sure. And then Todd's brother added a few things to it.
At his shop, or Gary come by and...
Oh, no, it wasn't Gary. It was Todd's other brother, I'm pretty sure.
Joe?
Yeah,
Oh.
the Ford guy.
Joe Mama. So what's the story with this?
Oh, so I think that is to offset the rack one side. Like, I'm pretty sure we could go like this maybe. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Move it a certain direction if we needed to.
Why? What would that do?
No idea. It would shift it one direction, that's for sure. It also looks like a bolt when I go here, so maybe we're missing a bushing. I don't know.
We'll get to it.
Yep, exactly. We'll do a final once over and clean and everything, because this bottom side looks like it needs kind of touched up
I know,
a
I was
little bit
gonna
with
say.
some paint also. I mean, a couple bolts too. We'll need to paint match. But yeah, it's got MSD spark plugs, MSD distributor, MSD ignition box. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's got a Willwood master cylinder with calipers all the way around, Speedway calipers, brand new, and a CVF serpentine setup. Yeah, that was fun to put on.
So tell me about that. The CVF, I is that like a racing serpentine?
Yeah, it's
setup?
like a racing or aftermarket serpentine belt setup that you can get with a big bracket and everything's super chromed out. You know, it's something to just make the engine look really pretty.
Is that it? It doesn't help with performance?
I mean, in some cases they up the belt size a little bit or the pulley size, so then therefore it would bump up the horsepower just a little bit more because you would have more space on the pulley moving. You know, so I feel like a little bit, but not nearly as much as if you were to put a supercharger or turbo on your car. You know, yep. Little things though will add horsepower. You know,
Right.
little things.
Well, I noticed you were working on a GTO. If you kind of want to explain to me.
I was working on the GTO a bit. Me and Carter were just getting this taped off this morning. I was walking around with some 1500 and kind of denibbing some areas and little dirt spots, get that all gone. And then, yep. And then I'm going to go all around the car again once and get everything completely with 2000. Yep, and she'll be looking real nice. Uh-huh. Still got to get window rollers, throw the windows in, and some headlight adjusters, throw the headlights in. Other than that, pretty much everything else is put back together. Need to adjust the hood a little bit. Got the bumper bent back into place because it was kind of tweaked a little bit, but you can see it's not touching over here no more, and that's what we were going for. So.
Did it get in an accident?
Yeah, it got like brushed or tapped on this side previously, barely. It wasn't a whole lot, but this bumper was touching the front fender a little bit, so the paint was all chipped right there. And I cleaned that up and filled that so it's all nice right there, and you can't even see that it got hit. Yep.
So it just bent back into
So yeah,
place?
well, we took the bumper off and we had the bracket like this and put a quarter power in between the bracket and the bumper, and then we pumped it, you know, and it kind of just pushed it out a little bit. Yep. So it actually worked out pretty good. We didn't, you know, go too far. So it's pretty good. Yep. And it's all tight. Ready to go.
Was that the original?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it might have been re-chromed because I saw there was some hammer marks in there, but I don't know. It might be original. It does look real clean though, so that's why I think it's probably not original. You know, you look at some of the other chrome on the car, and it's dented up a little bit and scratched. Yeah, that, you know, it's looking glossy still. Yep. But I mean, it's a 4-speed. Yep. Yes, sir. This GTO really isn't too bad. I mean, the top definitely needs replaced. It's getting a little dingy. But, yeah, the paint didn't turn out too bad at all. The wheels didn't turn out too bad at all either. Yep.
Under the sun, I know it catches a little better too.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I don't think Todd and Carter did a bad job at all this time. Yep.
I love the GTOs.
Yeah, me too.
65?
Ooh, I don't. 66?
65, 66.
Maybe,
that's
I
what it
think,
was, too.
yeah. I would rather have a hard top, though, for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, it just leaks a little less.
True.
Yeah, and I like the hard top look just a little better.
Something about a big classic muscle car, I don't think of convertible.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, certain cars, you know, a convertible looks nice. I like Fox body convertibles, but
But that's a good balance between like racy but also daily.
Mhm.
This, I mean, I get it was daily, but
yeah.
I think they were iconic for just big block powers, the Chevelle,
Mhm.
you know, all that stuff. It wasn't like
Yeah, I always think
Let's
of
go
a hard
25 miles an hour.
top car too, when I think of a drag car or
yeah,
something, you
yeah,
know.
I don't convert
Yeah.
my drag car.
You don't want to flip a convertible over, that's for sure. Yeah, and I mean, if lots of guys do drag race convertibles, but if they do, they'll have like a roll bar back there just in case it rolls over. Yeah, but still, you know, the front pillars could cave down too, and then you're stuck in between the concrete and the bash bar, you know. Yeah. So that would be scary, but
Would you ever put a roll cage in your Fox body?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'd put a 10-point cage in my car, yeah.
10-point? Is that like a full?
Yeah, that's a full cage, yep. So it'd be completely filled in the back pretty much. Yep. Braces all the way around through the floor and stuff. Yeah.
Dang, we got the Harley owner.
Heck yeah. Pulling her out.
Speaking the mic on this part.
Yeah. Just a little bit, huh? Ooh, listen to that. He just starts smoking them. I mean, it sounds pretty good though.
Right? Is he doing a test drive with it?
I don't know. He might be, unless he's just pulling it up right there because he has that little trailer. Yeah.
Clean.
Look at the hat.
With the hat.
Phew.
He's definitely a Harley character.
Yep.
Looks like a Joker almost.
Yeah. A little bit. Yep. But this will be done pretty soon. Yep. Not too long. Gotta get some parts for it. Finish the windows up and the headlights and finish wet sanding.
Buff.
Yep. Buff polish action.
I know we're taking the vinyl top somewhere to get re-vinyl.
Yeah, I think we're taking it to that same guy that we took the Impala to, the red one. Yep. I'm pretty sure he's gonna put a whole new top on it. Yep.
I like the Pontiac look. The emblem.
Yeah, the steering wheel is real cool, I think. Yep. I'm pretty sure it has a Hurst shifter also. Yep.
Wood grain dash.
Mm-hmm. Gangsta.
It is. This blue is such almost an underwhelming blue.
Yeah.
It comes together very nice.
I feel like I don't see that color a lot.
Ever.
It's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. What would you call that? Teal? Almost like a dark teal?
Like a
or
gray
turk-
teal.
Yeah.
Like it's just a very. It's not bright, but it's got a lot of.
Yeah.
depth.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I describe it. Especially the seats, because they're a little different.
Yeah, it is a different shade than the dash and the inner door panels. You can tell that this is definitely a little darker than those colors, obviously. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so this customer, we're not doing like a full restoration on it.
No, we just did a scuff and shoot on this one. He wanted it real quickly done and fast, which, I mean, there are some imperfections, but that's what happens when you do a scuff and shoot, you know. I mean, we obviously don't do that all the time. It's just when the customer wants it or wants to save some money. So, yeah. Other than that, we try to make the paint look really, really nice. Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And even with the scuff and shoots, we still take it pretty personally.
Yeah.
Look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like this scuff and shoot turned out really good. Actually, I was surprised when I saw how well this turned out.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna bounce to the next person. I appreciate
Yeah.
you
No problem, man.
joining the YouTube, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so do a little walk around. Here's the Eleanor Mustang hood and deck lid. Got the fenders. The Harley owner just left with his bike. I think he's doing a test drive. This is the GT500 hood we did. And you'll see the Fastback probably in the booth for a little re-clear. But yeah, I mean, you just can't get enough of that. I love it. Same with these. The doors, I think, turned out the best just because I wet sand buff polish. But, I mean, that's just no joke, man. Just a little clear left, so if you want to come back, buff polish again, you got room. And even with leaving room, I mean, you just got a beautiful mirror finish, right? The deck lid ready for clear. I know we had to change up, and we are changing up these stripes. The owner doesn't like that curve at the bottom. He wants them now to be straight like the hood, all the way down through the bumper. So, and we have the body kit. Actually, I can show you guys. We have the body kit back there. I'll get there in a second. Here's the Jaguar E-Type post sandblasting. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see a car like this in this stage. I mean, there's so much to unpack with this. We'll actually have Todd, Otto, and probably John, the manager, come by and explain everything they see and everything they know about the car. What the sandblasting people saw and what their plans are for the restoration and how we're going to do this. I mean, I know it's a pretty rare car in a lot of ways, and the E-Type is not easy to come across, especially the 68 in good condition. I know like the hood alone is like 16K new, and so this can become a pretty costly build pretty quickly, but that's what happens when you start getting into this work, right? And we have a Cougar Eliminator. This is just gorgeous. Can't get enough of this, right? This has been in the shop for a second. A little Cougar. Boom, baby. Let's get a little focus on that Cougar. Boom. Boom. Boom, baby. That's what's up, right? Show you a little interior action. Let me set down the microphone real quick. So, this is what we got in here. There is your interior. Pretty basic, pretty simple. More or less the factory experience, right? Still working on that part. Not quite finished, but we're getting there. There's a Camaro Cutlass satellite. Let me set this down. I'll shut the door. Keep going. Alrighty, so we got a Chevelle back here. This is a 1970 Chevelle with the 502 big block. Coming in hot. Full restoration. The guy came in for a few small things, ended up turning into a full restoration. His 502 is in there. We'll show you right now. Lift this up. Right, let's undo this plastic real quick, mind me. Boom. Boom, baby. And in case you didn't get it, that is a big block, 502. All the way through, baby. That's what's up. Put this plastic on real quick. Now the idea with the plastic is that it covers any dust and whatnot from falling into the engine and obviously getting in the motor. Now you guys are going to have to bear with us. It's the first time we've ever brought in a microphone to try to do content in the shop while we're working. You know, it's not that easy to... Here's really nice hinges. It's not that easy to record with a microphone and camera in a busy shop with music, with stuff going on. You know, it's just not that easy. I'm actually going to turn this down just in case. Just don't want any copyright for music. This is a 56 Bel Air, I believe. Dude, take a look at this. It's a fair looking car. Nice little motor in it, you know. Then you take a look at here and it's like we got the welding blanket because it's rotting through. The floors are literally rotting out of this. So I think this is one of those projects, the further you go, the further you look into it, the worse it gets, making it kind of a snowball effect, more or less, right? You start with one thing, you keep digging, you find Bondo, you find rust, you find Bondo, and you realize that you have no frame because everything's rusted through. But it's cool to see such a nice car in here. I mean, a Bel Air from the 50s is, you don't see them every day, right? This car right here is iconic in the shop. 74 Challenger. We're going to Hellcat swap. I can show you guys the Hellcat engine we have. It's in the wash bay right now. It's been tubbed in the rear, right? We did some frame support as well. So it's going to have enormous back wheels. He's going to try to daily drive it. And, well, I respect it. He asked for cruise control. And I thought that was pretty funny. Bigger transmission tunnel, new floor pan, it's a full restoration. So I believe everything's came off and has been redone. This is what you call a rotisserie, so you can spin the car and weld on it and do everything in between through that. This is some of the bracing we've done. We're doing some of the body work to make that, it's going to have vintage air, so kind of clean up the firewall. We did some bracing up here. We added some structure right here. So all of this right here is structure support so that it can handle the new you know, high horsepower engine, the Hellcat transmission and motor. You got that iconic Challenger back end. And yeah, this is it in the bodywork stage. Let's see what Johnny has to say. Johnny thinks he's funny, so we got DJ and we got Donny. Or no, Johnny. Johnny, what's going on?
Right now, just trying to get stuff done.
Here, hold the mic. It's your turn.
Okay.
You are the content. Day in the life of Johnny. Let's walk through some projects real quick.
Okay.
What's the story with this RT? We just got it back from sandblasting.
Yep, got it back from
You have to
sandblasting.
speak into the mic.
Got it back from sandblasting, and we got to get a dent out of the roof. If we can't get the dent out of the roof, then we're going to replace the whole roof. I think a tree fell on it. We're replacing the quarters, both quarters. We're replacing the front floor pans. We're probably replacing the whole floor, I do believe, because it's all pitted. I do believe that inner and outer rockers straighten up where it's got crashed.
Where did it
It's
get
a-
crashed?
I think it got crashed in the rear. Right here, it's all damaged. So we got to replace all that.
What does that look like? How would you do that?
Someone would rear end you pretty hard.
No, but how do you cut this and put a new piece on, or you try to pull it?
Well, you got to look at two options. One, you got to see how much the metal costs to replace it and your time to replace it versus getting a frame machine and pulling it and doing it that way. You just got to weigh which option you want to do and which option you want to go with. I think we are going to go through the option of pulling it and trying to make it as straight as we can due to you can't find this back piece. You can tell the inner rocker, the outer wheelhouses are messed up due to the rust right there. And then we're replacing the trunk floor as well due to all the rust here. Looks like Swiss cheese. I like Swiss cheese. You like Swiss cheese?
Sometimes it's got a weird texture.
It does.
I'm more of a provolone.
And then a bunch of rust here as well. Got to replace all that.
What a weird spot for rust. How do you replace that? Do you just cut and shape a new piece?
Cut and shape a new piece. That's about all you can do.
Seriously.
I've seen people take chicken wire and put a bunch of Bondo in there. I mean,
We don't do
the
that.
right way in what we do here, we cut it out. We treat the rust with rust mort and rust killer stuff. We scuff it up one more time, and then we put our new piece of metal where we cut out the old metal at. We metal finish it and get it all nice and straight.
What an interesting piece of glass with all the curve. I mean, that's just unique.
They definitely had style back then. They don't have style nowadays.
Why? What happened to style?
Everybody's lazy.
You think it's laziness?
Yeah. Back then it was fun. They had the spunk, if you know what I mean.
I think they were on acid, but yeah.
They could have been. I mean, you never know.
Well, the 70s and 80s was known for that.
Acid, Molly, Coke. Start naming them all, I guess. I think we're restoring it all back to factory, what it came from factory.
So do you know the motor?
I do not.
Okay.
Not yet. We need to look up the VIN and see what kind of motor it came with. I know it was an automatic. I know he wants to go back to this teal color right here. So,
And how come this didn't get sandblasted? Like
because we're replacing it. It's not worth sandblasting something if you're going to replace it with a brand new quarter.
Right.
So that's why we didn't get it sandblasted.
And now is this rust or is this the lead patch?
So this here will be the lead patch. What we do with lead patches is we melt it out. We get all the lead out. And then when we put our new quarter on, we see how deep it is. And then what we'll do, we'll scuff it up and we'll put what's called all metal in there. And it's pretty much body filler with aluminum in it or steel in it. It's it's metal enhanced body filler, just like fiberglass. Your fiberglass body filler. We do that, and then we put fiberglass on top of it, and then we do body filler and make it all nice and smooth, and then 2 coats of primer, sand that all down, and then your sealer, your base coat, and you're clear. So,
is there any other projects you want to talk about back here?
we can talk about this one.
going on with this?
We are putting clear on it. Putting clear on it, and hopefully it'll turn out amazing. And usually when Todd sprays, that's Todd, the owner, the boss, when he sprays clear, it turns out amazing. I tell you what.
He's a really good painter.
He's a really good painter. Getting the light action in there so he can see what he's doing. Make sure there's no runs, no orange peel, no nothing.
Yeah, it's cool watching Todd paint.
And then we tape all the way down to the bottom of the booth. We power wash the booth out, make it all nice and clean in there so there's no dust that gets in there. We even go ahead and tape around all the outside of the booth because this is kind of a sucky booth, but if you do everything right, it works out phenomenal.
It's amazing.
And Todd, he's been spraying, shoot, I want to say 30 years. Yep.
He's a good painter.
He's a really good painter.
Nice. All right. DJ?
DJ.
Alrighty, so we're gonna keep going. Here's a Chevy Nova, full restoration, back to factory look. Pretty simple. I mean, it's not, but it is. Cleaned up the firewall. Did the pretty things that you want, your restoration to have. It's semi-resto mod, so where you'd want the modern look. Where you find that modern look or where you'd want it is what you see here. It's gonna have a few touch-ups, vintage air, maybe a newer stereo, but he really wants that classic Chevy Nova look from the early 70s. Like I said, this is a 1970 model, so we got Megan. She's doing our social media. She's gonna help make sure that you guys are all satisfied. This thing right here is kind of a unique story. We're gonna, I believe, LS swap it, frame swap it. And this was a gas tank nozzle. We end up closing up that hole where obviously you could fill up the gas tank and give it a different gas tank location basically on top of the LS and everything else. I believe this is turning into a shop car, so it's kind of on the back burner. Got a 64, no, this is a 59 Galaxy. Dude, look at this. Look at the curvature. Look at the style on it. We've spent so much time welding and fixing rust. I mean, this thing was like, every piece of it, except for the quarter panels, was pretty in need of help. Let's just put it that way. This is semi after sandblasting. So obviously new doors. No, not new doors, but we pulled the doors from another parts car basically, and that's going to be... It's going to be a two-piece car in the sense that you have the original and then you're going to have the parts car. I think the roof is from the parts car, hence the coloring on it. We'll probably have to get those sandblasted. I like that custom door stopper. When you got a skilled fabricator, they come in with all these tips and tricks. That's just one of the things they do. I just love the... I mean, look at the curves all the way down it. I'm 22. My name is Gage, and I've never seen this. The classic cars are truthfully a one of one. The modern cars don't have this character, this look, this four-door beast of a machine, and elegance of a craftsman look and feel. They just kind of look mass-produced. Any words or any thoughts, Megan?
I don't really know.
Okay, that's all right.
It's fine.
Well, let me think of what I can ask you.
Yeah,
So
what can you
you-
ask me?
Yeah, right? You've never been in a shop like this, I assume?
No, I haven't.
Okay. If you could ask one question to the owner, what would it be? You could know anything in the world.
Okay.
One question.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, this might be like a dumb question, but like, I guess, how do you know like what car needs to be in like what garage?
Okay.
I'd say.
Yeah. So like the process to everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Keeping
that's
track of everything, the organization. How do you keep track of all these projects and every nut and bolt and how it's going to be built?
exactly.
Yep.
But it's a real cool process.
It is.
It's been fun.
Right. She's about, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks in?
2 weeks. I started last Monday.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice. Well, I'm going to keep going.
All right.
I do believe
Thanks,
it's...
Gage.
Yeah, you're welcome. Take care. All right, so we got Mike. Mike, what's your story? What are you up to?
Fender brace.
Fender brace. So, I'm going to ask if you can hold this microphone. That's the only job. And just tell me...
Rabbit.
I don't know anything about what you're doing, actually. I'm not aware of fabrication work. I do body work. So you're making a fender brace. Does this go underneath and here?
Yeah, it keeps the fender from flexing.
And you'll have to talk into the mic. To keep it from flexing?
Yeah, the fender will flex.
And what causes it to flex?
Just the weight of it,
The weight?
hitting bumps and everything else.
Okay. So how did you make that piece? How did you know the measurements? I mean, did you just, like, do you
Copied
trace
it.
that?
Looked at it and drew it out.
How do you draw it out?
Draw it out on a piece of steel and cut it out and weld it together. Hope you don't mess up.
Right.
You
So-
can't buy this stuff. You know.
How do you get the dimensions so you know how to shape that? You take cardboard and press it down on there and then... try
No, just measure out the width and the height. You know, and get your first piece done. Then get the right bend in it, and then you gotta trace it out. Cut your side pieces. Yeah, and then you just weld them together to make one piece.
to... Do you think it'd be faster to 3D print it? Or better?
Depends. I mean, I don't know how strong the carbon would be. I mean,
And this is for the Challenger, the 74?
yeah, on there.
Hey,
74, isn't it?
it's a 70?
74? I can't remember. Too
I
many
keep-
of them.
I know, right?
One there, one there.
I keep saying 70 or 74. I think it's a 74.
Yeah, I believe so.
I'll have to double check. Dang.
Yeah, he's making that and pulling out the dents.
And how long have you been doing this?
This one?
No, like just working on cars.
I started out when I was probably around 13. Granddad taught me. Dad showed me stuff. Pick it up on the way. So around 35 years maybe.
35 years. What would you say the hardest part about building custom hot rods is?
Making it the way the customer wants it. You know, because well, you know, when you're fabbing, you're making it in your head the way it should look like. The customer might have a little different idea, so you have to meet in the middle. You know.
Well, that's easy to... I would have thought it would have been the actual fabricating. You make that look easy.
I mean, there's challenges.
Right.
You know, it's like when you're trying to repair somebody else's patch job.
So is this after... You're saying in the car's history and the timeline, something happened here and they just trying to kind of weld it over it?
Yeah, they wrecked it. They break it on the seams. You know, they'll break from shaking, vibration. Somebody welded it up and didn't really care what it looked like. So now I'm just trying to fix it and make it look like it should. Least amount of Bondo, you know, you want as close as possible. Get the right shape.
So you won't have to cut this out and rebuild a new one?
No, just keep tapping it out. It's slowly coming out. Takes time.
It does. Seriously.
Takes a lot of time.
This whole process takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about a restoration done right.
You could spend 10 minutes on a dent or 2 days. You know.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between a show quality piece and just a driver.
Yeah. If you want to show quality, it takes time. It takes a lot of hours.
Yeah, because I know like that Challenger, just on what you see there, I think that was like 600 to 800 hours of just welding.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Every day, for months, 8 hours a day, same car, just weld, man.
Yep.
That's
But you know, you want it perfect. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. Try to keep everything original instead of buying aftermarket. That takes time. A lot of man hours.
well. I'm gonna jump around with the mic and keep going. Thank you. Take care, Mike. Appreciate you. Woo! Okay. This microphone's getting warm, big fella. Whoa! Hold on. What are we thinking? Cheeky. Next. Oh my goodness, they're out of the booth. Hold up. Get them. We got Todd, the owner, out here looking like an astronaut. So how's that going, Todd?
Seems to be going pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to ask you. Like, yeah.
Well, we're going to end up putting about 3 more coats of clear on it.
So 4 in total?
There should be 3. And by the time we get done wet sand it, should have about 2.5 left on it.
Dang, okay. And why would you do 3 to 4? I know sometimes people like to do just 2. Why go extra?
Because we're going to wet sand and buff and polish it so it's like smooth like glass.
Smooth like butter, baby.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. Well, maybe in the future we get some nice videos of you spraying and get some of that content. Okay. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'll leave you guys to it. Thank you. Man, we got a cool team of people here. Pinto going back up. Got motherfucking J-Rod. And let's go see what Donny's up to. Megan's jumping back to her office. Donny. Alrighty. I'm just gonna give you the mic. If you wouldn't mind putting it on your shirt, that'd be absolutely awesome. Because Donny is the master of trade, and he's got knowledge like no other. So I kind of just want to pick your brain and see what you think on some things.
Yo, welcome to MCC Cribs.
Yeah.
Check out my garage.
Dude, imagine this is just your home garage. I guess for some people, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
So what are you up to right now in this Mustang?
Oh, we're doing some wet sanding, getting it ready for, we got a couple touch-up spots we got to throw some color, and then we'll redo some clear, yep. And so, yeah, just getting her all prepped out.
Okay. Are you wet sand? Oh, you got some runs right here?
Yep.
Okay. And so how do you get those runs out?
Well, we try and nib just the top of them. Carefully, we start with 800 usually, and just wet sand until they're gone. And then from there, we'll step our grit of sandpaper up until it's either ready to be buffed and polished. Otherwise, if you do have a burn through somewhere or something like that, then we got to spray a little color, re-clear it. So it's just a process.
And you just like to use simple sandpaper. You don't like to. I know everyone's got their process. Would you say it's easier to just try to, basically just use your finger and get the high points?
Depends on where it is.
Okay.
Seems like a lot of times on a big radius, or a radius like this, you do kind of more damage with a block, because you have to move so much with the block, whereas you can keep it kind of more concentrated, like with just by hand.
Okay.
Problem a lot of people run into doing it by hand is they will try and dig too much, and then they'll end up with a low spot or burn through. Or
Yeah, I've done that. I get that. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's just finesse and time consuming, and
Right.
There's some people are amazing at it. I'm not one of those, so I just take my time, be careful, and try and get it right so that we don't have to do it again.
Right. It's not funny when you spend like 10 hours doing one panel and then you burn through last second. You're like, I rushed that one last 5 minutes and it's going to cost me another 10 hours of paint, clear, redo the buff polish, white sand, all that. So,
or when you're all done painting and doing your final buff and polish and then you burn through, that's when it's really...
I'm going to talk about that. So you got this trunk area going too. If you just want to tell them, like, what were you doing in here? Just smooth
Yeah, I just smoothed out some of it, just trying to make it as nice as possible. There was a lot of repairs that were done to this car because it was T-boned pretty hard in this area that I was working on right now. And so all this is new metal, the inners, like all the structure underneath the sail panel and inside the trunk. So there's a lot of work involved in this one.
He even said he rolled it once or twice, which is just wild.
So yeah, just trying to make everything look as good as possible.
Yeah, this customer is awesome. I don't know if you've got a chance to meet him, but nice guy, good family, good heart. It's got a 289 small block.
Yep.
3-speed manual.
I'm not sure.
I believe it's on the simple. The 65. So, did you notice any other things that we're gonna have to re-clear? Because I know this is getting re-cleared and recolored.
Yeah, we're basically both quarters, the roof, the A-pillars, and the right-hand fender, I believe, is.
Oh, yeah. I'll speak first on that one because I burnt through right here. I was going for mirror finish and I got excited. This is more or less what it's going to look like. It's not quite done, right? This is like 2/3 of the way through the second stage of buff and polish, so it's got a little more shine to it, and then we'll get the third stage and it'll be perfect. It's still got a tiny bit of orange peel, but I know we're not going for show quality, just kind of wants that daily experience, so we're going to over-deliver and get it real nice, but I also know the clear that we use isn't our show quality clear. It shrinks up, it's been having a hard time, so there's less room for error on this, so that's why we're not going absolutely buck wild. But man, it's gonna be beautiful. It's kind of like a stop sign red, you know?
Yeah? Or fire truck red?
Fire truck red, that's probably more accurate. Yeah. Well, what do you think about working here, Donny?
I love it. This is great environment, good group of guys. And of course, we get to work on cool shit. So, it's and it's something. I know it's kind of the same thing every day, but it's something different every day.
It's always different.
Like
I get what you mean. The same cars, but what you experience. Even sometimes you spend half the day just moving the shop around, and then you get up close and personal with all these cars. Sometimes sit in them, steer them a little bit. Sometimes back them out, and you just feel involved in that kind of scene. And it's really cool.
Yep. Well, and just in the last week, I've had my hands on a '59 Galaxy, '58 Imperial, an '85 Softail, '65 Mustang, and I don't even know what else, but there's so many different things that you're working on, doing different things to each one, and so.
Even you just saying that, I was like almost jealous. How did you do that? And I look around and I'm like, all right, let's here. Yep, and usually this showroom, or not showroom, but the assembly room back here is usually got 5 or 6 more cars than it does, so the shop looks a little more empty than it usually does right now.
Yeah, until you get back to fabrication.
Yeah, it's up there. Well, I'm gonna say hi to DJ. DJ's actually Donnie's mom, and that'll be the wrap for the video.
Later,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you, Donnie. Donnie is kick-ass. Does an amazing job here. This is the 392 Hemi Swap 68 Dodge Start. Doesn't get any better. Badass all the way through. Got a Z28 Camaro. That blue, I mean, you just can't get enough of it. It's like really, really deep blue. It's got GTO seats, which is awesome. Nice leather, kind of like a modern Mustang feeling leather. So this whole thing's coming together. Now it's some custom pieces working on. I believe the owner's a little taller, so we're gonna have to adjust the seat, maybe make a custom steering wheel and all that stuff. Your typicals. Your typicals. Right now it's a roller. It's getting an LS, which it deserves. Right, this Dodge Start being finished up. Still got some wiring to do, but that's that. I'd love to get Miss DJ. What's your story? Where are you going?
I'm just waiting for Todd. I have a message for him, but he's in the paint booth, so I'll just have to wait.
Right.
Just
Okay.
getting my steps in the meantime.
Right. Well, I was gonna hand you a mic, and I want to see if I could pick your brain on what do you think about working here.
Oh, I love working here. It's the best job I've ever had. The guy, everybody I work with is amazing. The environment is so positive, and it makes me want to come to work every day. I love it. I love the peaceful, positive environment. It's not easy to find.
Yeah,
And
that is true. Consistently all the way through.
Yeah, I've worked in toxic environments before, and I get up in the morning and go, oh, I have to go to work. Since I've been here, I get up in the morning and I get to go to work today.
Wow.
So I love it.
Very nice. And so, do you do the body work on the cars?
Oh,
Or what
no.
do you do here?
You don't want me doing the body work on the car. I know nothing about cars. No. I can weld cake together very well with icing. I'm good at that. No, I actually am running the office right now doing the paperwork side of things.
She's like the Trojan horse of muscle cars. She's the face. When you call, she's the beautiful voice that says
Aw,
hello.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I love to do is be able to assist the customer any way that I can. But as far as any of this, I cannot do that.
Do you have a favorite, or do you have a car that you really enjoy?
My favorite car that I ever had was my 76 two-tone Monte Carlo.
Ooh,
It was gold and tan,
okay.
and I loved that car. And I ended up having to sell it when I got divorced and had money issues, and I cried because the guy that bought it lived across the street. So I saw it every day.
Just as a reminder?
Yeah,
Was it an automatic?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
nice.
But I can drive a manual.
Good.
I do
Very
know
cool.
how.
We might have
So
to get some content of you pushing a manual around.
I could do
I
that.
believe it. That'd be awesome.
I could do that.
That'd be awesome. Well, we're starting to wrap up the video. We got pretty decent content. Did you have anything that you wanted to leave us off with?
Just anything you need done for cars, bring it here. The guys are absolutely fabulous to work with and do immaculate work.
Right. Very personal. I noticed that if you come by, you might get a walkthrough around the shop. That likes to happen. Todd, the owner, I mean, he's not shy. He'll show you
No.
the depths of what we do, the people.
I mean, we had a customer today that came in and wanted to talk to Todd, and he just followed me all the way back into the employee break room.
Wow.
So, I mean, our customers feel very comfortable here. So the more the merrier. Bring it in.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.